The place where members of parliament, and I'm talking about the unscrupulous members of parliament, I'm not talking about the bulk of them, majority of them, who are very good, and their own committees there who are corrupt, is through that. You can put up a class that probably costs only 700,000 shillings to put it up,
yes,
but somebody is going to put in 2.5 million, 3 million shillings. You know what I mean? And you have members of parliament who have turned themselves into contractors.
Contractors.
And they themselves are the ones who are building these things and using their own relatives and the rest of them through proxy companies. But you cannot steal bursary. You get my point? You can't steal bursary because the school fees is just so much.
Yes.
You see what I mean? You can't pad it. You can't say that school fees for a child who's going to Moi University and doing medicine in there or doing BSc clinical medicine, I'm paying for him 2 million shillings a year. No. Everybody knows the fee structure.
For ghost students.
No, you can't pay.
I think it is.
Well, I don't know about the ghost students. That's a possibility. I know one thing somebody told me, which in my opinion was very, very, very outrageous, is that somehow they try to play around the system also. But the beauty of that is that you are going to educate young boys and girls from very poor families who end up becoming doctors, engineers, lawyers, and nurses, and basically becoming the cream of society. Because you can every member of parliament can take to school every year not less than 10 doctors and pay for them.
Yes.
Or 20 doctors, or 30 doctors. I used to do myself good numbers, scores and scores. And by the way, it makes all the difference, because then when you build that human capital, which can work anywhere in this world, then of course you're ending poverty left, right, and center. In every family has somebody successful. You just need to have one successful person in a family, and he's going to lift or she's going to lift the rest of them. So I would want to see an amendment to the bill itself to allow for CDF, what they call for bursary, to be any amount, 45%, 60%, 80%, 90%, you know what I mean? Then there has to be. I have a problem with the government, both in terms of holding accountable any of these funds that are involved one way or the other, whether it is the county government's funds or whether it is the CDF funds. Because the members of parliament are in parliament, I don't know why I haven't seen any members of parliament brought to book, taken to court, ending up in committee. You see what I mean? Because there are a good number of them who have misused some of those things. And there is need for some of those things to come out into the open. Come out seriously into the open.
Maybe you need to spur debate on the floor of the House.
I think it will definitely be spurred. And look at the county governments, for example. Look at the county governments. A county government gets 10 billion shillings.
And
they don't have water. They don't have water.
Yes.
You have a governor there who has, first of all, employed I don't know how many people, who 90% of them don't work. You get my point? They're there earning salaries, and they don't work. Do county workers work?
I think that's
very few of them work. Let me be honest with you.
Some are
and then you don't have drugs in the hospitals. You don't have all those other things like gloves and a lot of things. With that kind of money, somebody can put up, any person, every governor in this country can put up a level 5 hospital and a specialized, what they call cancer hospital in his own county for as low as 500 million, 1 billion Kenya shillings. Now, when you get 10 billion per year, and you have got that 10 billion for 5 years, that's 50 billion Kenya shillings. And many of them have nothing to show for.
I think we'll have you gents back when we're talking the devolution.